Hello and welcome. My name's Michael and I'm excited to release a new book that we have just published, and this book will make you think of many things that perhaps you haven't thought of before. It is different to the normal publications, and I am actually what people term as a trance medium. But in fact, trance is nothing new. But what is new is the fact that my ability has enabled me to communicate not just with that of spirit, but also with others of other worlds. ETs is a popular term. And you may be looking at me and thinking, what is this bloke on? What has he smoked this morning? Well, I've got to tell you that it took me back when I first started to receive these communications. And it took a while, in fact, until I actually met a couple who understood what I was talking about, because these communications are not unknown, yet they are widely ignored as being part of the imagination. And since 2015 I've been recording and documenting these channeling sessions. Now, I like to use the term personally of mind transference. You could call it telepathy, but usually this occurs when I'm in meditation. Now, I started meditation some years prior to this to bring me focus so that I could work on becoming a medium. And it was through this focus that I began to receive these things, these messages, which rather perplexed me at the time. But as I say, as fate would have it, my two friends came along and we were able to talk about these things, and they were able to clarify the things that were going on. And this is the book in question that we've published now, Testament to a New Dawn. And it's a book with a difference. It's not just spiritual, but it also contains messages from our ET friends, those benevolent beings that watch over us at this time. And there's been much speculation as to whether this is real or whether it's fantasy. Now, the governments of the world would like you to think that it is fantasy, but there is so much evidence piled against their excuses that it is not fantasy, it is a fact. We are constantly being watched over. And for many, it is a question that needs to be answered. But equally, there are many in this world who really just want to get on with their lives and, and not really worry about these things. Speaking for myself, I have a very inquiring mind, and I need to know answers to things that most people would just put to one side. So I'm a little bit strange in that way, I guess. But I'm not alone. There are many of us out there who would like to know these answers, who would like to know that we are being watched over by benevolent beings. And at this time in our Earth's history, we are at a point now whereby the climate seemingly changes dramatically. People put this down to climate change, and moreover they put it down to man's interference with the weather systems, with the pollution that we create. And this wouldn't be surprising really, in the fact that since our world became more industrialized, we have used fossil fuels. But we're getting onto climate change now, and that's not the point of this small recording. I just wanted to really to tell you about the book Testament to a New Dawn, and to say that if you have any questions as to regarding spiritual existence or the ETs, or what connection there is between the two, because there is a connection. And this may challenge your thoughts like it challenged mine. And it's taken me a few years now to understand this. So if you have an interest in these things, in the occult, as they call it, or perhaps in the supernatural, or ETs, UFOs, etc., then do please take a minute and have a look on Amazon or in Waterstones online, and particularly on Amazon, because there is a read me section. Take a look and don't judge me just because you can. Judge me on what you read, and then think about these things. Challenge yourself, because that's what life is about. It's about learning. It's about challenging ourselves and opening our minds to a better way within the future to come. At the moment, we are suffering political catastrophe, particularly in this country, but not just this country, around the world. People are seeking change and a better way of living. And a better way of living is to start to learn to love each other and to live with each other without discrimination, without fear of other people's practices. And this fear is being fired in many ways that we don't understand. So please do take a look, and thank you for your time this morning.